Okay. There's my crowd. Check them out. Hey! Hey! Everybody's on hand. So they're going to listen to me do my speech.
Okay.
Okay, make sure they get me in this thing. Okay, today my speech is on charter schools versus traditional schools. Today I hope to persuade my audience that they should do away with traditional schools and establish more charter schools. Nationwide, on an average, charter schools are funded at 61% of their district counterparts, averaging $7,612 per student annually, and pupils compared to $10,441 per pupil at conventional district schools, and that's annually. 81% of charter school students in the 6th through the 8th grade score better or at grade level standards, while less than 62% of their district counterparts score less. The argument that charter schools are the future and that traditional schools are going to the way of the dinosaur has been raging for years. Many traditionalists want to keep traditional schools, but need to bring them into the 21st century. And many educators think charter schools are the way of the future. I will reveal both sides and let you make the decision. What is a charter school? It's a publicly funded independent school established by teachers, parents, or community groups under the terms of a charter with a local or national authority. Charter schools are commonly founded as new startup organizations. However, a good number of charter schools in California began as traditional public schools and chose to convert into the charter public schools, operating independently of their local districts. In contrast to traditional public schools, independent charter schools self-govern, manage their own budgets, and are responsible for hiring and firing their own personnel. No tenure or quotas. How do charter schools differ from traditional district public schools? First is choice. Teachers choose to create and work at schools where they can directly shape the learning environment for their students and themselves in initiated ways. Likewise, charters authorize choice to sponsor schools that are likely to best serve the needs of the student in a particular community. This is not only the case with traditional schools, more funding for the charter schools. Second is accountability. Charter schools are judged on how well they meet the students' achievement goals established by the charter's contract. Charter schools must also show that they can perform up to rigorous fiscal and managerial standards. If a charter school cannot perform up to the established standards, it will be closed. Check out CER's State of the Charter Schools for more. Traditional schools typically live with achievable standards and never strive for better. Third is freedom. While charter schools must adhere to the same major laws and regulations as all other public schools, they are freed from the red tape that often diverts the school's energy and resources away from educational excellence. Instead of consistently jumping through procedural hoops, charter schools leaders can focus on setting and achieving high academic standards for their students. Some charter school programs focus on the basics, reading, writing, and the traditional school subjects, which some students struggle. Other schools have special arts and music programs. Some charters, just like traditional public schools, some serve a particular community. Some are dropout preventive programs, adult education programs, online programs, charters that serve daycare needs, and charters that work with children who want to go to college. Why should you as a parent change from a public school to a charter school? Increasingly, members of the traditional public school system are turning to charter schools for examples of best practices, reading everything from curriculum to staffing to teachers to retention. The attitudes of leading administrators in the conventional public school system are also changing. Instead of viewing charter schools as nuisances, many realize the need for the improvements spurred by charter schools. Research has shown that charter schools have a ripple effect on other schools. Pressure brought to bear on traditional schools caused them to do more than do better. The statistics are growing and the mindsets of school administrators is shifting. Charter schools are the future, so parents need to do their research. I wish we had a choice when our children were attending. It would have been a no-brainer. Charter schools turned 21 this year. In that time, these privately run, publicly funded schools have spread to 41 states and enrolled more than 2 million students. But one key question lingers: do kids in charter schools learn more than kids in traditional public schools? There have been a lot of skirmishes over charter schools data over the years, but few have created a biggest ruckus as a 26-state study of charter schools released recently by the Stanford University Center for Research on Education Outcomes, or CREDO. It encourages every parent to read it. Imagine your child in 5 or 10 years attending an outdated, unfunded traditional school. The way traditional schools are being viewed, charter schools will soon take over as schools of choice for most parents. Traditional schools have fallen behind when it comes to course materials, teachers' pay, and I believe this all correlates to subpar scores. As parents, you want the best for your children. This is human nature, and this is inherent in most of us. Charter schools are the future, and they need to be a comprehensive choice for parents. The statistics don't lie. They are cheaper to run, produce better results, and I believe this is only going to increase as attendance rises. The best teachers see them as better opportunity employment, and if you want to be the best, you have to go to the best, and you have to hire the best.
Awesome. That was really good. I never knew that about those.